To put it bluntly, it can also be seen as the great power of the Freya family, being absorbed by the Hestia family. Of course, it's impossible to fight together, let alone order them. In fact, it's very scary that we can't do that. Therefore, to be more precise, Hestia Familia appears to be B.S. level. The official information is B, but within the guild, high-level employees, it is considered S. Although it seems a little strange, to be frank, that's what happens. National, family clans, such as the Rakia kingdom often seem to adopt such a system, but there is basically no such system in Labyrinth City. Or perhaps this is the first time I have heard of it. The Freya family faction's valve is amazing. Speaking of which, to another goddess of beauty, Ishtar. At that time, I also said that it would be difficult for the guild to act. Yes, so what happened? How is the relationship with the Freya Familia? At this moment, Mississippi Eina asked with some concern. To reassure her, I raised my eyebrows and smiled. We probably won't be exploring dungeons together, but, other than that, they've been very helpful in every way. The ones who looked after me the most were the guards, who were also discussed at the celebration party the day before yesterday. Miss Sear asked Mr. Hogni, Master, and Mr. Alfred to keep vigil around the base area, especially around Miss Haroheim, 24 hours a day. Furthermore, after learning that Gale Wind was still alive, people who had a grudge against Mississippi Ryu seemed to appear frequently, but they were all eliminated by Master and others following Mississippi Sear. We do it without leaving traces in places we don't know. In other words, Hestia Familia is now under the protection of tough warriors, including first-level adventurers. The desert battle is now in the custody of the guild and cannot be used. Therefore, Mr. Van, a half-human race, and the others resorted to the dungeon as their main battlefield. They explore the labyrinth every day, and at the same time alternately guard the pavilion, or secretly guard it. To be frank, the current pavilion is the safest place in the world. This is without a doubt the most frightening military security force. That's not atonement, just duty. Miss Sear said this, without accepting our thanks, but, thanks to that person, Miss Haroheim and Miss Ryu can spend every day in the sun. To take it to the extreme, without Miss Sear and the others, it would have been difficult for Miss Ryu to join the Hestia family. Then please don't worry. Thanks to Mrs. Sear, there will never be any disputes. Really? That's good. Upon hearing the word Ms. Sear, Ms. Eina showed a somewhat complicated expression. I am afraid that there is still a gap between the two, as there was something about the garden before. I can understand that she still can't feel completely relieved. After all, neither I nor Miss Eina are saints. So, I still smiled at Eina-san with the intention of apologizing. I'm sorry. Since Belko and all of you have accepted and made a decision, I shouldn't interrupt. So, let's talk about what happens next. I got up and spread the labyrinth illustration on the table. I shook my head vigorously. What happens next naturally refers to the explore the dungeon policy. What is family's intention? After all, I haven't been there since the goddess festival. The maze, so I discussed with everyone whether we should let the body get used to it first near the middle layer. Using the 18th floor as a base, it's not impossible to stay in the labyrinth for a while. Me, Lily, and Haruheim-san were all upgraded, and level 6 Ryu also joined us. Before and after the Goddess Festival, to be more precise, the two great festivals, including the Elegy Festival, the status of the Hestia Familia team became very different. To reconfirm what can and cannot be done with our power, we also need to explore safe ground. This is family's current policy. Every time there is new combat power when joining a team, you must re-examine and update your tactics and coordination. This is the opinion of Ms. Ryu, an adventurer with experience in battle. Commander Lily very much agreed. Ms. Eina also said, well, I think this is for the best, and expressed her statement. Leon, where is Astria's position? Is she really a magic swordswoman? Yes, an advocate can also be used. She also said that a therapist may be able to do this, but don't have excessive expectations. She is indeed a very powerful adventurer. Miss Eina, who couldn't help but be a little vague when taking notes with a quill pen, also held her glasses that were about to slip off several times. Ms. Ryu herself possesses recovery magic, and now with the newly revealed, she inherited the magic of Astria's memories. She is even more capable of using the magic of the former leader of the Justice faction, Miss Elise, and the other magics. For example, the wide area healing magic, possessed by healers. To be frank, Mississippi Ryu can really do anything on her own. Although I am also a first-level adventurer, there is a clear level difference between me and Ms. Ryu, who can only cut through enemy formations. It could be said that her addition made Hestia Familia's formation rock solid. As for wishes, Lily also said that she wanted to be a pure mage or healer so that Ms. Ryu could move freely, but she was still too greedy. No matter what happens, thanks to Ms. Ryu, the firepower and long-range recovery are also sufficient. If we use Welf's magic sword and Mississippi Naza to complement it, there will be no dead ends. Then, in my opinion, he is also a staff officer. In Lily's calculation, Hestia Familia can move on to the next phase. Belkuan, what do you think? Miss Eina asked, as if she had read my thoughts, and I answered clearly. I'm thinking about going to a new floor. I want to go deeper than the 27th floor. After experiencing the saboteur incident, although the mysterious water city has not been completely explored, it should not be a problem. If Haruheim-san performs sublimation at all levels, the team will be able to maintain a status of at least level 3 for all members. Even if you refer to the recommended level to reach each floor set by the guild, this kind of combat power is enough to safely reach the 36th floor, which is just one step away from the depths. When she was at Asteria Familia, Ms. Ryu went to floor 41. With her knowledge and experience, even if it is the first floor she steps on, there should be no mistakes. Unlike me, Lily along with the Xenos reached the 37th floor with their own forces, so they should have experienced the atmosphere of the lower floor to some extent. Of course, I don't intend to force everyone. I shouldn't be the one who runs and puts Lily and the others in danger. So be fully prepared. Also re-examine team coordination in the dungeon. Then, solemnly, confidently, truly, moving forward, I revealed my will to Mississippi Eina. Yes. The combat power is at a qualified level. No, it should be considered excessive. This is what it means to have 2 first-level adventurers including you. Passing through the safe floor on the 28th floor and heading to the 29th floor must be that's right. The name of the layer starting from the 29th floor is Deep Forest Gorge. There is a large dense forest different from the Great Tree Labyrinth, and powerful dinosaur-type individuals such as Blood Dragon will begin to appear. It is a contested area that must reach level 3 to be conquered. I remembered the flooring information I was taught in the lecture and nodded in response. At this moment, Miss Eina, who always had a somewhat serious expression, suddenly smiled. It's unbelievable to think that those days when you were running on the 5th floor screaming and being chased by the Minotaur were half a year ago. I find it unbelievable. Does she mean that time flies so fast? Or does it feel like too much time has passed? I didn't ask what she meant, but Miss Eina continued. Many things happened to you during this period, including many that I don't know about. You are truly an adventurer, Belkuan. Serious, I'm already alone. Looking at that stable yet somewhat lonely look, how should I put it, it doesn't look like a sister who is happy for her brother's growth, more like the expression a parent would show when looking at a child who is about to leave the nest. When I came back to my senses, I found myself staring in fascination at those jade green pupils. Isn't it impolite to say that to a first-level adventurer? No. To be honest, I don't feel like I've really become a first-level adventurer. Hoo. Actually, me too. Miss Eina smiled softly and finally said to me as if she had sorted out her thoughts, you probably don't need my advice anymore. Perhaps it would need to be more accurate to say that I can't help you anymore. Although I can still teach you the knowledge in books, but, now that you have become a first-level adventurer, you can think carefully by yourself, and then I have the answer. So what I'm thinking, you're also thinking carefully. I can only say a few innocuous things. Miss Eina said so,